Okay, I'm going to do two more problems showing you how to do the old-fashioned way. I see that a few of you really like it, but there are a few questions you have, so I'm going to model two problems for you. So I'm going to put at the top of my page, old-fashioned way. So you should put that at the top of your page too. Remember, you can always use whatever method works best for you. I just want to teach you all these tools so you can pick what tool works best for you. The first problem we're going to do is 5 divided by 4,914. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work from left to right, and I'm going to say, does 5 go into 4? It doesn't. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at so I'm kind of looking like this. Now, does 5 go into 49? Yes, it does. I know that 5 times 9 equals 45. So I'm going to put a 9 up here, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 45 there. So what you can tell is we're working with the number that was given in the problem, and then if you say 9 times 5 gets 45. So you're going to subtract the number you get from up here, that specific digit, by the number you have right here. So I'm going to subtract, and I have a 4. 9 minus 5 equals 4. 4 minus 4 equals 0. So now I know that 5 does not go into 4. So I'm going to move over one more, and I'm going to bring down this 1. And I'm going to say, does 5 go into 41 without going over? How many times? 8. So I'm going to put an 8 above the 1 because that's the number I'm working with. So now I'm going to say 8 times 5 equals 40. I'm going to subtract, and I get 1. Now I'm going to go over one more time, and I'm going to bring down this 4. And I say, how many times does 5 go into 14 without going over? And that would be 2. So now 2 times 5 equals 10. So you always subtract the number from the problem by the number you get when you multiply from the digit above that number. So now I get 4. And I don't have anything else to bring down, so my remainder is 4. I'm going to show you how to check in just a second, but some of you have been trying to combine a method, which is perfectly fine, but I want to show you how it works if you're going to combine it. So, just like before, does 5 go into 4? It doesn't. Does 5 go into 49? It does, 9 times. Well, really, when you look at the big picture, we're not asking if 5 goes into 49. Really, we're asking if 5 goes into 4,900. So we're going to say 45, and then we're just going to put zeros kind of as placeholders. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract. So now I'm going to say, does 5 go into 4? No. Does 5 go into 41? It does, 8 times. Now I'm going to put a 4 here. 8 times 5 equals 40. Now I'm going to subtract, because really what we're saying is, because this 8 is above the 1 and the 1's in the tens place, really what we're saying is we know that 5 goes into 4,914, 900 because the 9's over the hundreds, 80, and then we're trying to figure out what goes in the ones. So once again we're going to subtract, and we're going to say, does 5 go into 14? Goes into it twice, and I get 10. So now I have a remainder 4. Now many of you are probably wondering, how do I check on the calculator? Because because when I do it on the calculator, I always get a decimal, and I don't know how that works. So what you can do is, I'll do it right here, 982 times 5. I get 5 times 2 equals 10, carry your 1. 5 times 8 equals 40 plus 1 equals 41, carry my 4. 5 times 9 equals 45 plus 4 equals 49. Now I'm sure some of you are thinking, but that does not match my number up here. You're right, we have this remainder. So now we have to add 4. When we add 4, because that was what was left over, we have 4,914, which is what we had up there. I'm going to do one more problem to model for you how you get an answer, but this time we're going to do it with 2-digit divisor. No, sorry, 2-digit quotient. We're going to do 12 into 3,372. I'm going to do the first method up here, and then I'll do the second method over there. This is kind of the combined method. So we say, does 12 go into 3? It doesn't. Does 12 go into 33? How many times without going over? We know that's a 2. 12 times 2 equals 24. I'm going to just move that out of the way so I can subtract. I cannot take 3 from 4, so I have to make this a 13. And this becomes a 2. 13 minus 4 equals, let's see, 8. 9. Now, does 12 go into 9? It doesn't, so we have to go over 1, and we're going to bring down this 7. Does 12 go into 90? How many times does 12 go into 97 without going over? That is 8. If you want to check, I can do it right here. 12 times 8, 96. So I'm going to do 96, and I get 1. Once again, 12 does not go into 1, so we have to go over again, and we're going to bring down this 2. Does 12 go into 12? It does. 1 time. And I get 0. So that means it goes into it equally, and I do not have a remainder. I'm going to show you again the other method. Does 12 go into 3? No. Does 12 go into 33? It does twice. I'm going to put 2 zeros here just to fill the spot, because really we're saying that 12 goes into 3,300, 200 something times. We're trying to figure out what that something is. So I'm going to subtract. Once again, this has to become a 13. 9, and this becomes a 2. Does 12 go into 9? No. 12 go into 97? Yes. That goes into it 8 times. I get 96. And I'm going to put a placeholder. So once again, over here we're just drawing arrows kind of to fill our placeholders in. Here we're just putting zeros. 12 goes into 12 one time. No remainders. I'm going to, over here, check my work. 281 times 12. 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times 8 equals 16. Carry your 1. 2 times 2 equals 4. Plus 1 equals 5. Now, because we're multiplying in the tens, I'm going to put a placeholder. 1 times 1 equals 1. 1 times 8 equals 8. 1 times 2 equals 2. I'm going to add it all together. Make it clear. Oh, it's a little bit better. I got the same thing, so I know I am correct. Please let me know if you have any more questions.